If you have a debit card or a credit card, you need to know about this right now.
And this is becoming a national problem.
All the hackers need to do is just trick you into unknowingly giving your banking or personal information over.
And I thought that this was just going to be in the United States, but it looks like this is quickly happening across the world.
How does ghost tapping work? What is the process of this ghost tapping?
Ghost tapping is a two-step process, really. The first step is...
In this video, we're going to break down the new ghost tapping trick that's draining bank accounts and is spreading fast. Now, I hate to say this, but here we go again. This is another fast-growing scam that is affecting debit cards and credit cards, and banks can't stop it. Also, be sure to subscribe so I can keep you posted on things like this in the future. Now, watch this.
Tonight, a man from Canada is facing charges accused of ghost tap credit card fraud.
Police say he went to multiple Giant Eagle stores yesterday buying gift cards. The fraud is executed when stolen credit card information is loaded into a digital wallet and then used to buy gift cards, which are then resold online to launder the stolen money. And this is becoming a national problem. KDK consumer investigator Megan Schiller is here to explain. Megan?
Well, Ken and Kim, all the hackers need to do is just trick you into unknowingly giving your banking or personal information over. Sometimes they're even going to drop what is like a veil website over the website you're on. And so you think you're just putting your information in to buy something online, for example, but then you're really sending that information directly to a hacker as well. So the very first way people fall victim to this is when they maybe click links or give information unknowingly, like when you get those messages about unpaid tolls, misdelivered packages, or account issues, and you actively engage with them. So it tricks people into downloading mobile banking malware and then captures your banking info that way. So scammers then can load your stolen credit card information into their phones and their digital wallets, just like you would do with your own Apple Pay or Google Pay on your phone. And then they're going to use that to purchase gift cards, most likely. Then they'll use those gift cards and they'll resell them to launder that money. Now, the reason this is so serious is because the hackers are really difficult to track, and they scale this very quickly. They can try a ton of people's banking information at the store's payment terminal in a very short period of time.
See, I told you this scam was different, and I'm going to go over 8 free ways that you can protect yourself. So stick around to the end of this video and let me know in the comments if you did. But before we do that, let's be honest. We all use our debit cards and our credit cards on websites every day. Let's not forget, this is happening a little different across the world. Check this out.
How does ghost tapping work? Well, cybersecurity strategist Evert Driehaus joins us now from Delft in the Netherlands, and he has studied it a great deal. Evert, thanks very much for your time today. Perhaps you could start at the beginning. What is the process of this ghost tapping?
Ghost tapping is a two-step process, really. The first step is that victims are being enticed to give up their card information. This is done either with SMS text messaging, so smishing we call that, or for example with fake web shops. Now, they are convinced that they need to make a very small payment. This might be a toll booth payment, a parking ticket payment, something like that. So when the victim gives up their information, they also give up their one-time password in order to authenticate the payment. But now comes the smart part. The criminals use that information not to make a payment, but they use that information to provision the card in an Apple or Google wallet. So they use that same information and that one-time password to really steal the card and to make a copy of it on a criminal phone. But now comes the second step. They're not going to use that stolen card on that stolen phone directly. What they want to do is deploy a small group of henchmen to stand in several stores next to several point-of-sale machines. And now the coordinating criminal will order every one of those henchmen that they're going to send the NFC signal, that is the signal you use when you tap to pay. So a small signal is being sent from the mobile phone, and in this case, the criminal catches it and sends it to henchman A. henchman A will now buy something from that store. And that store can be miles, dozens, or even hundreds of miles away from where the coordinating criminal is. Now, in this way, they can now buy 3 gift cards, for example, or other goods which have a high resale value. Now, the reason they do this is so the original criminal stays out of the line of fire. They're not next to the payment terminal, and the gift cards that can be resold offline, really what they offer them is a way of laundering money. So for them, it's a cash out mechanism.
Wow.
And a money laundering mechanism.
Just incredible.
Real quick, be sure to download our free ebook today. All you gotta do is scan this QR code right here or click the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Now let's talk about how you can protect yourself, and then I'm gonna show you a free tool that you can use to check if websites are safe and legit. Number one, be cautious of what you download. We know that when you go to the App Store, we can trust things like that. So just make sure if you're downloading something, it's from a trusted website or a trusted source. But if it doesn't seem right, don't download it. Next, you want to enable 2 or 3 factor authentication, but this is going to be something that no one is talking about, and that's 8 more ways that you can secure yourself, and you can actually do this through Google. Now, the first thing that you want to do, you want to go ahead and click at the top right of your browser. Now, this is going to work if you're inside of Google Chrome. You can download Google Chrome, or you can go to google.com and look for your profile picture once you log in, and then you'll see where it says manage your Google account. And if you're still not sure, then just go ahead and just go to Google and then just type in manage your Google account, and then it's going to have you sign in, and then you'll be able to manage it. Then the next thing that you want to do is look on the left hand side of your screen, and then you're going to see where it says home, personal info, data and privacy, and then you want to click where it says security. So this is what they mean when they're talking about enable 2-factor authentication. You need to turn this on first, okay, where it says 2-step verification. Once you do that, this is where the 8 things that people don't talk about. Number 1 is going to be pass keys and security keys. So if you actually use a password to log into your laptop, or you need something to actually do this on your phone, like, a face scan, then you can go ahead and turn this on. Again, this is free. Then, of course, you have your password. This is simple because you more than likely have a password already, okay? Now, this right here says skip password when possible. I don't recommend this, so I would say just leave this turned off. Next is going to be Google Authenticator, okay? Now, Google Authenticator is free. All you need to do is just go to your app store. You could do this through Google Play if you have an Android, or you could do this through the App Store if you have an iPhone, and you'll see where it's called Google Authenticator, okay? Then, of course, now the Google Authenticator allows you to scan a code, and then it gives you a 6-digit code, and that 6-digit code, I believe, expires every 30 seconds or 60 seconds or something like that, okay? So that's going to be one of the 8 as well. Next is going to be a Google prompt. This means if someone's trying to log into you, or like into your profile or something like that, then you'll be able to get a prompt, and you'll be able to say, yes, this is me, or no, this is not me, okay? Then you have 2-step verification phones. This is going to actually send a code directly to your cell phone, and you can add multiple phones to this as well. Then, of course, next is going to be your recovery phone. Okay. Now, your recovery phone is if you, for example, you don't want to put your phone number in, and you have like a backup phone, or if you have a spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever that ends up being for you, then you can go ahead and do that as well. Then you have your recovery email. Okay. Now, this is going to be a great way, especially if someone's trying to get into your email as well. You could put in your recovery email, and this is something new that Google just came out with, and this is going to be backup codes. Okay. So now these are all things that are for free that can help you secure your account if you feel like you've now been hacked online, or they're trying to get into your bank accounts online. These are free services, but here's the thing, this only works if you have a Google account. Now, this is the free tool I was talking about. It's called urlvoid.com. Okay, all you need to do is just type that into your browser, urlvoid.com, and you can just easily put in a website or the entire URL, and then you can click on where it says scan website, and it's going to let you know for free if this is a safe website or not. Now, if you don't want to go through this entire process, I'll show you another way to do this as well. Watch this. Now, this is how you can tell if a website is fake. Okay, now you can see right here where it actually has the login. So first off, you're going to notice now, usually, especially with Chrome or any of these websites, typically, you're going to see where it says HTTPS. Now, the S means that it's secure. Whether you see the S or not, well, you want to see the S preferably, but a lot of times the issue is that a lot of these browsers today don't show them, okay? But just because it doesn't show them, doesn't necessarily mean it's not there, because sometimes Chrome will automatically hide it just to keep the URL shorter, okay? However, you can always just take your mouse up to the top of the browser, or you could do this on your phone as well too. And when you click the URL, then you'll be able to see if it has the S or not, okay? Then, of course, if it just looks like it's too long, where it's .this and .that, you want to keep things simple. .com, .org, okay, .gov, okay? But once it starts having all these dots and all the rest of this stuff, it doesn't make sense. Just call the company or go there if you can, okay? If it looks fishy, don't move forward. Now, this is another example right here where you see where it says paypal.com. You can clearly see it says paypal.com. But then when you look over to the fake website, it has a misspelling of PayPal. So again, if something doesn't look right, don't move forward. Then you have another example. This is if you go to a site and you're used to going to a site, but it doesn't look right, and then they're asking you for money. If things don't typically ask you for money, please do not give them any additional money. Again, call them if you have the number, or actually walk into the actual location if it does have a location. Now, another thing that you could do too is monitor your bank accounts, if not every day, at least a few times a week, just to make sure that you stay on top of transactions in general. You'd be surprised how many things you'll actually be able to see, or just managing your finances in general, okay? This is why we have to stay on top of scams like this. I'll see you on the next video.